We have some breaking news out of college basketball. Whoa. This is coming a couple years too late, if you ask me. This is coming breaking. Jeff Goodman at Goodman Hoops is reporting. Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski has decided to retire after this coming one more year, he said.
Ooh.
Multiple sources have told
his Jeter year he has right now.
Official announcement expected soon. The leading candidate to replace Coach K is assistant and former Duke player Jon Scheyer. Hey, Coach K, I thought you maybe should have done this a couple more years ago. In fact, you're adding another year on. Even more legendary, sir. Hell of a run out there.
Hey, baby K.
Good work, Coach.
Thank you not only for what you did for college basketball, Olympic basketball, the sports world in general, but just everything you've ever done, Coach K. Thanks a lot, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, K.
With that being said, I hope what people talk about, and we should talk about, is all the great Duke teams, you know? Building Duke up to be a powerhouse year in, year out.
Absolutely.
What he was able to do with the Olympic team, the success he's had with a lot of players and the futures and everything. I hope everybody talks about those teams. And I hope they don't talk about when he had the top 5 NBA draft picks on a team and they couldn't win a goddamn game.
Yikes.
I hope they don't talk about that. That was when I thought it was potentially over, but it's a whole new world now. Coach K coached a different style of basketball, and I can't thank him enough for his contributions. Ain't that right, AJ?
Yeah, I grew up a Duke fan, and when I was watching Duke and Coach K, they were rolling. I haven't watched them as of late. I hear they're not doing nearly as well as they did when I was a youngster. But
it's a new
Coach
game.
K, legendary.
It's a new game. The one and done's come in, okay? Yeah. You know?
I wouldn't want to
Not
coach. Would you want to coach college basketball? If you want a chance to win the national title, I guess what Baylor kind of went against the trend by doing it with – they didn't have just one-and-doners. But now, like, one dude can win you the national championship, like one stud high school player.
Well, I don't think that can win you a national championship, but it can get you in the conversation. You know, you're going to have a good team. The Zags, they brought in a freshman point guard, changed the entire thing. But that team was built and established. And that's what happens in March, you know. That foundation, the one and done's built on sand.
That's right.
You know, when you build, you know, and you redshirt and you coach them up,
yep.
You know, and transform them from high school boys to young men, you know.
Hell yeah.
That's how you win March Madness tourneys. And that's what Coach K was so damn good about. He had a football quarterback playing down there, Mr. Greg Paulson.
That's right. Greg Paulson.
College basketball.
That's ultimately what it was. Is Coach K just knows, hey, I can't give the level of commitment because all I want these guys to do is respect the game. And he just can't do that anymore.
He's one of us! Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He said Cameron Crazy's getting a little bit too crazy. Mm-hmm. Let's calm it down a little bit, okay? And I thought that was maybe whenever it was over. And then when the reporter asked a question and, you know, that whole thing happened.
You don't get it. Said something like that.
It's like, Coach K, we're trying. That's what we're asking. You know what I mean? But maybe Coach K, at the end of the run here, is kind of, you know, I'm not saying Bob Knight and Coach K are similar at all, okay? Very different styles. But I assume whenever you're around a sport for so long and you see it change and they're right in front of you and maybe it's not working out how it always has worked out, you can probably build up a little bit of an angst towards it. And I think that reporter got it. I think the Cameron Crazy's got it. And next year it's going to be a lot of hat tipping, I think, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Is this recruiting time? Is he still recruiting his last class here?
Well, there's no way that class isn't saying, okay, if Coach K's gone, I'm going to the G League or I'm going to the overtime league and I'm going to make $1 million this summer instead.
Maybe Coach K is realizing it's going to be much more difficult because the $1 million I've been offering them, it goes to their parents and their family. These other leagues just go right to their pockets.
Yeah,
so
deal.
Not going to be able to do that anymore. But Coach K, hell of a run.
Hey, they got to name his successor, I think, early so you could recruit with that. Okay, here's our next guy in line right here.
Jon Scheyer.
Great three-point shooter.
Yeah.
Bring Wojciechowski back, man.
Gene Wojciechowski?
No.
Wojo. Old point guard.
He's in Northwestern. He's building a program there.
I don't know who that is.
He came from Marquette. Yeah, I don't know. I think he'd be good at Duke, too.
I want to let you know, and this is the first time I've said this publicly, I think, Pitt basketball was the team that I grew up watching. I mean, they had the old buddy Julius
Fields?
Who had
Page.
Irvin?
Levance Field. Julius Page.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Anyways, he had a T-shirt on underneath.
Oh, yeah.
That team was swagged out. They used to come to Boyce Park, okay, where I learned how to play basketball, okay? Street courts.
Hell yeah.
That Pitt team used to show up and just hang 11 zip on every single team. It was awesome. They used to get into like a little bit of fights in there. It was That was the team I used to watch. Other than that, college basketball is tough to watch for me. I want to watch bad basketball. I'll go right down to YMCA right down here. I watch people miss jumpers all the time. You know what I mean? I could do that right down there. But I will say the Final Four was awesome to watch. Houston, I think. Houston had a guy that jumped over another human, I think, while dunking. And I was like, God damn, that's very impressive. But Coach K has obviously done a lot.